I realized something recently as I was doing the work and the outreach to actually get clients by engaging on social media. Even though I've been using the same platform, the same strategy, talking to the same kind of people, I realized that I was getting two completely different kind of results depending on the energy I was in. When I'm in panic or survival mode, every comment feels like a potential client that I really have to convert. And when I'm in trust and abundance mode, everything feels so natural and I just feel like conversations are coming to me and clients are coming to me. If you're building a coaching or community business and that you're struggling to attract clients, this video is for you. It might actually have nothing to do with the strategy or the business tactics you're using, but more about the intention and the energy behind everything you're doing. So maybe you're just doing everything right and maybe you just need to shift something in the way you view things. And I really hope this video will get you back in the flow of building your business. So just for a bit of context, the place where I engage with potential clients is on School. And let me tell you a little bit about the two modes that I've been noticing within myself. The first one is the lack energy. And so every interaction felt like a potential sale. And every time I had a conversation that didn't lead to them becoming a client or to a sale, I felt like a failure. I felt so bad about myself. And I felt like it was all a waste of time and like this is never going to work. I also noticed that every person who was successful actually felt like a threat to me because I was like, oh, they don't need my help. And so they actually might be stealing clients from me. And so every time I felt like the person didn't need help, I started pushing and I started subtly manipulating them so that they could see that they actually had problems and that the only path that was working is mine. I was literally overthinking everything and DMing people who clearly were not even aligned. I even tried to create problems so that people could realize they actually need me. And now looking back, I can tell you that everything felt really bad when I was in this mode. I just really hated the work I was doing. I didn't feel like I was having a good impact on other people and on the work I was doing. And just working in the business felt terrible. Now let me tell you about the second mode, which is the abundance mode. And when I was in this mode, I really felt like everything was so natural. The work I was doing was quite neutral as well. It didn't feel so bad, but it didn't feel amazing neither. It just felt like I was contributing to something bigger than me and bringing value for free to people, and that I was being helpful no matter what. I post value, I engage with people, and I also know that only 10% of the conversations I'm having with people are going to lead to something further of working together, for example. And so I accept in advance that 90% of the people I'm going to talk to are not going to stick around for a long time. And it's okay, it's normal. And in these moments, I can see other people succeeding on the platforms. I'm like, yeah, that's just a proof that it's going to work out for me. I can let go of the people peacefully when I feel like they don't need my help. And I just feel like I'm serving in a genuine and in a very authentic way. So if you feel like your energy is off sometimes when you're building your business and that you're not consistently attracting clients, feel free to book a call with me down below and we'll figure it out together. Now let me tell you about the truth about conversions. Through the journey of getting my first paying clients and monetizing consistently through coaching, I realized that only 10% of the conversation I was having would actually lead to something and convert. This is actually the game of outreach, which is, by the way, the best and the fastest way to grow and to get clients if you're starting out as a business owner. And that means that if conversation number 41 is not leading anywhere or the person stopped responding, it doesn't mean you're failing or that your strategy is broken or that the market is saturated. It literally just means that you're still in the game. And always remember, this is a volume game. 80% of the things that you are doing are probably not going to result in anything, and only 20% of what you're going to do is actually going to get your result, and you don't know which 20% these are going to be, which is really why we need to remember that this is a long-term game and that it's important to stay calm and not panic if there's 3 days of slower feedback. Now, if you're a coach or content creator or early entrepreneur who really cares about doing things in an ethical way, you probably sometimes question yourself and your process to make sure that it still is aligned with you. And the truth is that when you're in the lack energy, selling feels manipulative, engagement feels super fake, and you feel unethical. You judge yourself and you assume that other people will judge you too. But when you're in the abundance energy, you feel like you're serving, you're holding space for people, you feel like you're helping them find clarity through their own journeys, you're asking powerful questions, you're just filtering, not chasing, and you're genuinely okay either way. What I find the most powerful is that the same action, like asking a question, for example, can either feel manipulative or generous depending on the energy behind it. The thing that truly helped me shift energies deep down is through identity shift. I realized that I was not just trying to get clients. I'm someone who listens deeply, who is able to ask powerful questions, who is able to get people to look back at themselves. And this is coaching. And there's a lot of value in this. And even if you just do it in the comments section, this is what people would actually pay for. So it is super valuable. So when you start understanding how valuable your presence and the work that you're doing actually is, you stop feeling like an unethical person or a scammer or a pyramid scheme participant. And you start feeling like a leader, someone who's helping other people, and a lighthouse. And so this really shifts the way you view yourself. Now let me tell you about the storm metaphor. So sometimes we panic so much in our heads about our businesses, and I really see this as a storm. And what do you do in a storm? You just hold on to a tree, or you just sit and wait. This is not the time to actually go around and start panicking and doing. You can just literally wait for the storm to pass. And so maybe if you're going through a storm right now, all you need to do is just to start breathing, to meditate, to focus on yourself and get back to the energy of abundance, the energy that will get you to do the right things and to attract the right people. So I would really encourage you to fix your inner state and get back to the right intention first before taking any action. You can literally just pause right now. And also trusting that thing will come back, trusting that you can also look at months and not just days is really helpful in this case. And so here are 3 practical tools that you can use if you feel like you're in the fear or lack energy and that you really want to switch to abundance. So the first thing, as I said, is if you feel this within, literally just stop working, sit down with yourself, just breathe, try to get in touch with your body and just acknowledge that you've been feeling this. The second thing you can do is just write down your proof. Did you get any clients? Did you succeed in any ways in your business or in a previous business? Write down the things that you know about yourself that can make you feel good and that can help you trust the process. And the third tip would be to zoom out and just look over months, over years, instead of looking at today and this hour and what has been happening. Because a lot of the time we're not very rational, we're very emotional when we just look at what has been happening right now. And maybe you literally just started your journey. Maybe it's just been a couple of months. And if that's the case, it's normal that you're still going through the motions and learning how to handle storms. If you can relate to anything I said in the video, just let me know in the comments. I'd be really happy to read you and to respond to you. And if you want to attract clients consistently, feel free to book a call with me down below and we can talk about how to get that dream come true for you. I'll see you in the next one.